What's going on, guys? My name is Chibuzo Ozeshi, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a weekly forecast on the pairs I'm looking to trade this week. So starting off, if you look here, I already have about 8 pairs already on my watch list, on my red list, sorry for that I'm going to be looking to execute some trades from them this week, depending on how price gets to the zone, how price develops before getting to the zone, and some other factors that I use in determining whether I'm to hop on a trade or not. Though these are not the pairs that I trade, but these are the pairs that I've spotted a potential setup that I'll be looking to engage in into this present week. Now, starting off, I'll start with Nasdaq, which you guys can already see here. Now, it's just very simple. First of all, Nasdaq has a very bullish structure right from the daily time frame to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, you can see that price broke structure right here. Now, after price broke structure right here, so this is break of structure. After price broke structure right here, obviously you expect the pullback, and after the pullback you expect the continuation to continue the bullish structure that the market has put in. Now, it is evident that if I'm to take a buy setup, it's going to be a high probability setup because it is in line with the 4 hour, the daily market trend. And as regards to what I've backtested, what data I've gathered, I consider that a high probability setup. Now, looking for my entry model, I found out on the 1 hour, which gave me an opportunity that I can use to capitalize on the trade move going forward. So if you take a closer look at this, you'll see that price took out this low here and broke this small high right here. Then you can see that price pulled down and pulled up, giving us this structural liquidity here. And now I'm expecting price to come all the way down, induce this, and expand towards the upside. So that is basically the setup I have for Nasdaq. Now moving on to the next one, I have USD JPY. So USD JPY was a trade I was meant to execute last week, but for some weird reasons, I kind of did a wrong analysis on it and I didn't end up executing the trade. So fortunately, that has left me already. So I don't have anything on USD JPY for this week. I'll just take this off of my red list. So that's 7 pairs currently that I have for this week that I'm watching out. Now, okay, this is back to Nasdaq. Now the next one, EuroCAD. So EuroCAD is also a very clean setup. You can see that on the daily time frame we've been on a bullish structure right here. And now if you go to the 4 hour, you can see this currently is my my higher low, and currently this might not be my higher high because price could still eventually push up a bit further. So I'll just say this is my higher low for now, or I'll consider this like maybe my current higher high, considering that, or assuming that price will just come all the way down to printing a higher low, which we don't know where it's going to print in that, because the higher low is only confirmed when price eventually takes out this high. So now, same thing, same outlook I have on EuroCAD. You can see that price broke this low, then eventually broke this high. But now, before breaking this high, you can see that price pulled down and pulled all the way up and giving me this liquidity right here. I expect price to sweep it, induce it, and expand to the upside. So it's pretty much very simple. Now onto the next pair. Okay, Euro JPY was a trade I actually took. I executed this trade on 2 of my accounts, which I will be documenting my trading journey of those 2 accounts here on YouTube. So I have 2 prop firms that I'm actually trading currently. One is a Maven funded account, and the other one was a relatively new prop firm that I saw online, and I just said let me try it out and see if eventually I can get the payouts from them. So this Euro JPY already helped me pass the phase 1 on the prop firm. I'll be documenting the journey. Let me not say much about it. You guys should subscribe to the channel so you can follow along with the journey on those 2 prop firm. And there's actually a very interesting story to the moving prop firm that I want you guys to watch. So watch out for my next video. Now, Euro JPY, it's relatively very simple. On the daily time frame, you can see that price broke this high. Now we are bullish on the daily time frame. On the 4 hour also, you can clearly see that price also broke the same high. So the 4 hour and the daily are sharing the same structure. And now after price broke the high, obviously expect price to pull back. Then when price pulls back down, you expect an inducement and an expansion to the upside. Then I looked out for my setup, which I found here, which is also much more visible and much more clearer on the 1 hour time frame. But yeah, let's just take a look at this. You can see that price took out this low, taking out this low, took out that high. But before taking out that high, you can see that price pulled down and pulled up, giving me that structural liquidity right here. And you can see that price just induced this and ran to the upside, hitting my take profit on the open of the market today or yesterday. Sorry about that. Now that means I don't have any setup on AUDJPY. So currently I'm down to 6 pairs that I have for this week. Now this took me back to Nasdaq. Okay, so AUDJPY, sorry, skip that. AUDJPY, also the same story. You can see that price has been bullish too on AUDJPY, but now price has taken out this high. If price closes with this bullish structure, price engulfs this high and does not close with a week, now I've created a new structure, so I will most likely not be looking to execute this trade any longer, because now this is going to be my higher low right here, and obviously I will not be expecting price to go below this low. Yeah, if it does that, it is already violating the structure and is giving indications that market is about to switch bearish. So obviously any buy trade I'm looking to execute should technically fail, and sell trade should be more prevalent at that point in time. Now let's just watch out for the 4 hour close. Closes in about like 27 minutes. Then on to the next pair. I have Chef right here on me. Now Chef is a pair that is still developing, but once it's fully developed, I'll be looking to execute it, and I'll tell you guys why I said it is still developing. I'll give you my reasons as to that. Now on the daily time frame, you can obviously see that Chef has been on a steady run to the downside. It has been on a steady bearish momentum, and now price broke this low right here. So we're kind of expecting a pullback from the daily time frame. On the 4 hour, the same thing. You can see that price will also be trending to the downward side very, very aggressively. And now, why I said Chef is still underdeveloped, if you pay attention to the 4 hour structure, you can see that we're technically still bullish, in the sense that, now let me get this for you guys. This is my lower low, this is my lower high, this is my lower low, then price broke this high, so this is a higher high, and now price has not closed below this low with a candle body. So technically we are still in that bullish structure. All of this has just been weakened below this low, so it is not a fully confirmed bearish structure yet. And before I would want to engage in this trade, I would love for price to close below this point with a candle body, not a candle wick. And once I eventually get that candle body, this then become a valid trade that I expect price to probably just pull into this, induce this structural liquidity right here, and run to the downside. So that's my insight on my outlook on Chef. Now the next pair, which is not the final pair, I still have Ethereum. Next pair, which is AUDJPY, is another beautiful setup that I have that I'm looking to also execute. If you go to the daily time frame, you can clearly see here that price is bullish on the daily time frame. Price took out this high. Now on the 4 hour too, you can also clearly see that price has taken out this 4 hour high, and we are in the pullback phase of this 4 hour leg. And now you can see that price took out this low, then took out this high and pulled down, pulled up, giving me my structural liquidity right here. Then obviously I expect price to just induce this and run to the upside. So that was my setup for AUDJPY. Now Ethereum, which fortunately I'll not be able to take it on my second prop firm that I just passed, but obviously I'm just looking for one trade, and I'll explain why when I'm showing you guys the prop firm journey. Now Ethereum right here, not really the best setup, but it's still worth taking the risk. Now the daily time frame, you can see that we are bearish, in the sense that price broke this high, then took out this low, so we are bearish, confirmed. Now on the 4 hour too, we're also bearish, also sharing the same structure with the daily time frame, because you can see here price also took out that same high and it took out this same low, so we are also bearish. Now you expect price to put in a lower high and a lower low to continue this bearish structure. Now I looked for my setup. You can see that price swept this high, broke this low right here, and after doing all of this, we can clearly see that price pulled back up and pulled down, giving me this structural liquidity right here. And now this is my POI that I expect price to just come tap into this POI, induce it, and run to the downside. So that's basically all I have for this week, and you guys should consider subscribing to this channel, because at the end of every week I also do a weekly recap of every trade I executed, and more of like giving you guys an overview of what happened for that week, and probably trade setup that I missed out on, or trade setup, or whatever I didn't do well. I'll just explain for you guys, more of like an ASR here on YouTube. For those of you that don't know what an ASR means, is advanced self-review. Now this is just the sixth setup I have out of multiple pairs that I'm trading. Now some other setup might develop on all these other pairs during the week. That is why you would need to watch my weekly recap. So probably I will show you guys the setup that I didn't show you guys in this weekly forecast that I executed during the week. So stay tuned to my channel, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.